really interested in the songwriting aspect of what you do. I know you're a singer as well, but I don't think a lot of people realize what goes into songwriting and how a song actually makes it to the radio. As a songwriter, you're with a publishing company, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Is that a requirement?
Not a requirement. It is a nice bonus. Publishing company is essentially the broker. They're the networking aspect of songwriters. They broker the deal and find advantages and opportunities for songwriters to get their music to a wider visibility, such as bigger artists, such as Kenny Chesney and the Jason Aldeans of the world, or to even film and TV. Those kind of opportunities as well, advertising and that sort of medium. So publishers do that, and it's just kind of a business deal. They take a certain percentage of the copyright property, and I retain a little bit of it, but I give them pretty much my intellectual property. Anything that I come up with as far as a song or music and lyrics, then they have partial ownership to just automatically within the terms of the deal. So it gets pretty technical. There's no deals are ever the same between a publisher and two different writers, and so it's kind of
organic. It sounds like a pretty organic process in a sense.
A lot of it's, what are you bringing to the table? What can they bring to the table? And how can we find the best meeting of the minds and best balance between those two sides of the coin? You
started off originally, went to Nashville, kind of wanted the whole package. You wanted to be the singer-songwriter. Did you ever really, was it ever really a superstar thing that you really want? Is that what everybody wants? Or is...
We do. We would love to. I came there, and my buddy and I joke about it all the time. We still want to be the guy who's flying across Texas Stadium, with a guitar strapped to him, and just in reference to Garth's special where he flew across Texas Stadium. So we want to be that guy. That's what we dreamed of doing. Now, that's a very... almost like glamour shots. You look at it and this is going to be a little bit of a downer, sorry, but you peek behind the curtain too much and it gets a little, there's sometimes you thank God that you're not that guy, because there's a lot of people taking pieces of the pie, taking advantage of you, coming out of the woodwork in order to be part of it. And so there's a lot of balls that get up in the air and a lot of juggling to do, and it gets... sometimes it gets pretty sketchy, kind of like any other corporation or business out there. So there are parts of me that are very happy that my time has come and gone, and I dodged that bullet. Exactly. It would have been fun, but again, not a whole lot of people get to call their own shots. And if they do, it's way later in their career after they've already been screwed or taken advantage of too many times, where they finally learn their lesson. And so again, not to be Debbie Downer, but that actually is the reality of the business. And so you see a show like Nashville on ABC right now, and some of it, they touch on some of that stuff, which in essence is very realistic. That's what a lot of writers and artists go through, is some of this politicking behind the scenes. And so anyway, I'll get off that soapbox, but it does happen. Again, I call it behind the curtain. It's you sometimes don't want to see back there. You just want to see that big facade that is being presented. And
and it's a lot of work. I mean, guys like Kenny Chesney have, he has his hand on, I think, everything in his production. I mean, he knows it from the ground floor up, and it takes a lot of work. He doesn't, when he says he's taking a break and taking a year off, he's still...
Oh, he's still thinking of ideas
he's
and
still
working
coming
on the
up with
stage show
music,
and writing songs, and no question. Yeah, guys like Kenny and like Garth, they know every single aspect of the show, from every single note, every single movement they're doing on stage, where they're going to be from one movement to another, and that's just the stage show. Aside from that, they get off the stage, they go back to the tour bus, make a few radio calls, maybe get a few hours of sleep, get up pretty early on the bus, make some more radio calls to start promoting the next show, probably stop in at a radio station or two, maybe hook up with a few fans, if there's a hospital trip they can take perhaps, or just in Taylor Swift's case, she would sit and she would call her fans randomly, do the *6-7 to block her number, and randomly call fans, say, "Hey, this is Taylor, just want to see how you're doing today," and she would actually make that intimate of a connection. So it is nonstop. It's completely going all the time. So that's what makes a great artist, and that connection and
that energy they're putting into their career.
The energy is huge, and that's what makes them very special. And the other ones who are going to have that long distance career. Again, us songwriters, we tend to get a little lazy. It's like, you know what, I just want to write a song, and I want to go to have a beer somewhere and watch some Monday Night Football, and I'll be happy.